It's time. Alright. We're gonna react to Andrew Callaghan's video on O-Block. It's gotta be great.
I just tweak on it. I say, it's me, JC and Buck, play with us, you put his body in the truck, then we take him to the dump. And they know we play for keeps, and they know that we ain't sweep. Grab a broom, we finna sweep. O-Block finna clean the streets. Boy, you better grab a heat, or get put up on a T. Put your name by RIP, or your name get turned to weed. In the racket, ain't no pad. Any state, we on your... No matter what,
He got the bars. He ain't created nothing crazy, but my man's out here getting his 15 seconds of fame, bro. He gonna make sure you gonna hear these bars, bro.
Fuck the photo, but it's fast. We ain't goofy, do that crash. We gon' spin and spin again. We gon' hit our last friends. We gon' show him we ain't playing. We gon' leave him where he stand.
And shout out to his homies in the back knowing his verse, bro. See, I haven't seen some shit like that since Philly rappers, bro. Philly rappers was known for that shit. New York rappers did it too, but nah. Philly rappers, especially like the Reed Dollars era, McMill, them dudes in the background always knew your verse, hyping you up on your last couple like little words on your bar. Always knew it. Knew about heart probably better than the rapper did.
That's really, yeah, that's all I want to be successful.
Right, big goof ass, man. Check it out.
Hey, now, since you're you gotta throw up O-Block. Everybody throw up O-Block.
We're here in the Parkway garden.
My God, I'm sorry. Excuse me. See an issue coming up O-Block is crazy. I knew this was gonna be classic. Oh my God.
Housing development in Chicago, otherwise known as O-Block. 24-building complex on the city's south side. It's where
what project is it?
We're here in the Parkway Gardens housing development in Chicago, otherwise known as O-Block. 24-building complex on the city's south side. It's where Michelle Obama grew up, and it's also where drill music began around 10 years ago. This is Boss Talk. He's been here for a super long time, so he's gonna take us back to the very beginning where it all started.
So right now you in the 44, you in one of the gutters building in the block. This motherfucker be the last building to get cleaned up. Oh, it's a roach. See y'all in the project. See a roach? That's a baby roach.
That's gonna get bigger.
That's gonna get bigger. Smoking the roaches and killing the rats. This bitch be dirty as hell. This building be dirty. I'm from this building. Bro, I used to be one of them motherfuckers that piss in the hallway and on the elevator too. I ain't gonna lie. My mom in the bathroom on BD. There's one bathroom in here. I'm going to piss in the hallway.
Not on BD.
I still won't touch the buttons on the elevator. I'm straight knuckles.
Cause you think there might be pee on it?
Spit, pee, and I used to do all type of shit to the elevator. I ain't taking no shit though in here. True that! True that! Come on!
Love you, my nigga.
Love you too, boy. I'm going to true that. And true that, man. Bitch, let me up in your hood, man. One nigga true that. I ain't like a nigga in years, bro.
Hey, everybody, what's up? How's it going with this interview and everything? That's what's cracking like, you feel me?
GDK. Come on, GDK.
Oh my God, it's not funny. Oh my God. Not him dropping the rakes in front of the kid, trying to get the kids to drop the rakes.
Folks came out of the the youngest GDK member. He invented that shit.
To you, like, what is drill music?
We started the word drill with our music. Like, let's do a drill. We started that shit.
Like, how would you explain drill music to someone who doesn't know?
Wait, I saw Chief Keef, King Von, who else?
Like, that's...
Damn. Fucking throwback pick. Damn, this is before these niggas was like 10.
Let's do a drill. We started that shit.
Like, how would you explain drill music to someone who doesn't know?
Music that make you wanna kind of get outside and go just be outside. You feel what I'm saying? Make sense?
At least he ain't trying to incriminate himself there.
You get on going? Yeah. So yeah, it turn you up. It give you adrenaline.
Drill music is something that...
Oh, not this guy. Yo, he just got killed on the internet because he tried to say, I think he was arguing. I didn't actually watch the video, but I just saw the headline, like the title of the video said something about like, Thriller is not a top 10 album or whatever. It's on Michael Jackson's birthday. So yo, he was catching hell on earth for that fucking video. Like I said, I didn't watch it. I don't even know if anybody actually watched it. You just read the fucking title. And like, people need to realize sensationalized titles are there for a reason. It might have been a bad taste, but like I said, if I didn't watch it, so I'm not gonna kill him for it. But it was just, it was bad. I think it was bad timing. He probably did it on purpose, but still.
I mean, in the grander scheme of things, you could see it as, you know, a
Now we get into the crux of shit. Okay. So this was a retaliation shooting, because everybody, if you know anything about Chicago drill, you know who this man is, or at least heard about this man. This man is probably the most disrespected person in all of music, to be real.
We live just a few blocks away on 63rd.
Those the sad years of my life, cause I had just had my first child and everything. I'm really like traumatized. Like I ain't know if was I supposed to crash out or fall back. And my mom used to be talking to me like, man, you got a daughter. Don't be like these niggas. Don't die.
How many friends do you think you've lost since then?
Over 10 dead on this gang. Like 2 motherfuckers a year. I swear to God. 0 in platoon and motherfucking 11. Chiraq and Whitey and 12. You got LA and J Money and motherfucker died in 13. My crowd gone.
Yo, I was in high school when L.A. Capone got killed, and that shit was like crazy. I'm from New York, so like obviously that shit didn't affect me like it affected like the actual people that knew this man. But like all the people that was like fans, like that shit took over my like high school, bro. Like everybody was fucking like every like person of color, like you know, male wise, was fucking with Chicago drill music. All of us was. Some more than others. Some people took that shit way too far, but. Yeah, when LA died, bro, like that shit was crazy.
Hey, I gotta hang with for them. I ain't gonna stunt. When it seemed like when folks died, folks' career took off. When old passed away, folks took that shit to another level. Chief Keef and Dirt and them came out. They lit this bitch up, you feel me? So it's like.
Shortly after Odie's murder, a close friend of his decided to make his first song, which would serve as an O-Block anthem, to celebrate the life of Odie and diss Shondell Tuka Gregory. This friend was named Keith Cozart, aka Chief Keef.
The god himself.
O-Block, Wick City, bitch.
Middle fingers to Shondell.
I get out. On my son, I get out. October 4th, 2011. This bitch get the going up. The block busting, I just got out. I get out, I see Platoon and White. Folks got cocky as hell. I'm looking, I'm like, how the fuck y'all let OD get killed? Platoon put his head down. He like, man, go take your daughter upstairs. I'm finna holler at you. I take my daughter up. I remember Inky D and them came up there. Deep as hell, everybody coming ate. Happy as hell. Fat Mac and Stu get the showing out. They get the fighting. Hey, Fat Mac, you remember I got out of jail, you want Stu start fighting that day? Him and Stu get the fight. Hey, phone them like, man, y'all showing out because folks just got out. Dirk and Reese come see me. I'm alright. I'm like, I'm feeling love like a motherfucker. I'm damn. Folks them come rap with me. I'm like, fuck O-Guy. How the fuck O-Guy? You know, they rapping with me. Boom, 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 boom. We talking all us and that bitch crying now. I'm like, damn. I just got out. We all crying right now. I'm like, the fuck?
I'm back with fat as fuck.
Fuck that. We ain't crying. We out here. We get outside.
In the next 2 years, Chief Keef.
This one of my favorite Chief Keef songs of all time. The Bang video, bro.
Would go from a young O-Block rapper to one of the most commercially successful rappers in the world, with hits like I Don't Like and Hate Being Sober.
Chief Keef made it more like global.
And before you knew it, white America was doing the hokey pokey to murder music. And
White people doing the hokey pokey. Yo. Oh my god.
unknowingly singing along to the anthems of an actual gang war playing out in real time. For a year, the conflicts of O-Block were a mystery to the general public. That was, until one man came around and exposed the inner workings of Chicago's
not academics. The war in Chiraq.
gang war to the world.
So 2010, 2011, I'm in college and I'm doing commentary about hip hop. I had like, you know, some hot takes about like Kanye and Drake and stuff like that at the moment. So I was kind of gaining an audience. And I remember when the drill scene popped off, and I remember doing a video on Keef, and I was like, I love the music. So I'm reading the comments, and everyone was like, yo, you're not telling the full story, okay? Because like, I'm going in there and I'm doing a quick video, and I'm like, yo, all his ops is dead. You know what I mean? He's dissing them. It's over. You know what I mean? Like, these guys, we don't even need to know their names. And everyone was like, well, no, they're not dead. And actually, the guys who he's dissing just killed his guys. They were talking about people like Lil J.
Screaming fuck OD.
They were talking about like the FBG gang.
Nigga, fuck T-Roy and OD, them dead bitch.
I'm like, yo, nobody knows these people, like respectively, because they don't have a hit song. Chief Keef is going crazy with his.
He said respectively? Damn, man.
So I made this page called The War in Chiraq, and I started covering basically just constant feuds that were happening.
It's your boy DJ Academics, and now information has come to my...
Bro, that's what Academics used to sound like back then, bro. I'm sorry, I didn't really know who Academics was until like, I would like to say 2016, 17 is when I found out who Academics was. But this is what he sounded like back then?
Attention. Now y'all know I call Lil Breeze the Chiraq Grim Reaper. Well, pretty much because every time you look through his mentions, you see a bunch of dead niggas. CBS Chicago is reporting that a 15-year-old boy, aka Little Nick from 600, was shot multiple times and then he was brought to a hospital where he was pronounced dead by the Cook County medical examiner. At least he died doing what he loved best. Someone actually told me that these guys actually keep score on killing and coonery within Chiraq. The most valuable coon is probably a legit award. The war in Chiraq never stops. The coonery never fucking ends. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
His War in Chiraq series went viral, and the fans were now aware of the ongoing Chicago gang war, particularly as it pertained to the rappers involved.
How many people do you think have died in the war in Chiraq?
Thousands.
This past weekend, at least 52 people were shot, 8 of them killed.
If you take just like the Chicago murder, like the numbers per year, even how like they got that, like how they started calling it Chiraq after that, what was it? I think it was 2010, 2011, when there was like how Iraq had less murders, well, not less murders, but there was less deaths in the war in Iraq than there was in Chicago. That's how they coined that name or whatever. That, if you like take just, let's say, a large percentage of that numbers and equate it to gang violence, if you could prove that, and then you say between just the war, you would say period, against both factions or whatever, yes, it's definitely over 1,000 people, whether they were affiliated or not, just because of where they're from.
In the following years, between 2011 and 2020, 5,518 people were murdered in Chicago, to the amusement of self-proclaimed Chiraqologists, who created a Reddit page, which now has over 175,000 members.
But I'd never seen a place where life was valued less than Chicago. To this day, I've never been to Chicago because of that.
I feel like things been ever.
Of course he never went to Chicago. Especially, I'm not saying Vic Mensa had nothing to do with that because of how he pressed him, but like, of course he never went over to Chicago. Why the fuck would you go there? Especially when you're the one reporting on it, and let's say you say, like, I was saying some wild ass shit, son. Like, and then just you have to think, you saying all that wild shit. Some of the people don't find that shit funny. You go to, you go up to, well, let's say he pulled up to O Block, like how Angel is. I don't think it would be as perceived as well. No.
Well, things just bad in Chicago because like this shit came like a movie to people. Like when it first got famous, people started like, it was like we was characters. Like damn, like you got me look like an assassin.
Drilling itself is an energy that once people latch onto that shit and you become invested in the story, it's like a soundtrack to a movie, and it sounds bad to say, but it's a soundtrack to a movie that you're watching.
People wanted to live that life, or people wanted to like feel like they were hard. So like a lot of people got like very attached to that sound because of how authentic and real. Because like these dudes was like, they might have said that shit in the studio or in the crib studio, wherever they said that shit at, and then they had to go outside and deal with the repercussions for real. Like you knew like shit was going crazy out there. We didn't see it because it wasn't like in our face all the time, but you knew like that shit was crazy. And like you said, that like, bro, there's so many rappers from Chicago that like people don't really like. If you really didn't like look it up, you wouldn't even really know some of them dudes. Like SB, like people that were like close to other individuals. And they didn't even bring up Lil Jojo at all. Like there were many different people that like helped rise drill music out there, but some of their names are just never got as big as like a Keef, Dirk, Fredo, Duck, Vaughn. Like they never got that big. So it's like there were people that really loved that shit, and they knew everybody like it was like a fucking like cast of Dragon. Like you knew every member of the cast of Dragon Ball Z. Like you knew every single character like from start to finish. Excuse me. Like there were some people who could just like see pictures and be like, "Yo, this is Keef." Like it was like some police shit. Like yo, because they like studied the fuck out this and they really loved that shit. Like some people took that shit for real, for real.
Lie. You know, I'm looking at this not like on some voyeuristic like, yo, oh shit, this is like entertaining. I'm like horrified. What I try to do is satire, hoping people could look at that and be like, that looks ridiculous. These dudes, like, they're disgusting, right? People took it and they ran with it.
Everything I thought that people would be like, yo, this is some sick shit, they loved.
We have a bloodthirsty audience, especially in music. The more people die, when someone gets locked up, their streams are through the roof. Music sales, going through the roof. Trust me. I was a driving force in getting some of these guys, other than Keef, eyes and attention and ears to some of their stuff.
Did you feel responsible for like inflaming gang tension on the streets by covering things?
Hell no. But let me tell you, this accountability is hard to take, man. They say, yo, well, you gave people nicknames. And when you gave someone a nickname of Grim Reaper, some other guy is going to start killing more to try to get that nickname. And I'm like, I don't believe I caused any murder, but if my videos, because they were popular, instigated any two parties, I'll take blame for that. But motherfucker, if you picked up...
That's not full accountability. Like, that's not what people want to hear from Act, but at least he's kind of acknowledged. I'm not shooting him no bail. Because I do think that, like, if you really do remember that time, that man used to say some wild shit. Like I said, I wasn't there from the beginning of the war in Chiraq, but I definitely seen some of them videos, especially, like, around when Fredo died. Excuse me. But he, there's no way Act can't, like, if Act went up there and said he had nothing to do with anybody, any situation being instigated, or people feeling entitled to do something because they would get reported on or they would get the clout from academics because he's reporting on them or whatever. Like, he can't say that. There's no way I can get away with that.
Good, I'm not taking blame for what you did, right? When I started covering war in Chiraq, niggas was dying every day already. I was on Twitter watching people bleed out, and I was like, I can't believe this is... Like, people getting shot like dogs, bleeding down, everybody filming it. And then you go on social media and everybody saying, I'm smoking on the pack. So you gotta take blame for you doing that. The parents gotta take blame for not being in the kid's life. The cops gotta take blame for them basically just like throwing their hands up in the air and saying, let everybody kill each other. Like these motherfuckers that like, everybody.
I do think it is bigger than academics. Like academics, there's like when Vic Mensa went up there, academics is a, I don't know how huge of a part because I don't live out there and I didn't see what his influence, how it affected Old Block and rest of South Side of Chicago, and all of Chicago basically. But to say academics is the only reason that shit is that fucked up, bro, that goes down to the politicians, like he said, the cops, the parents, the people that like the OGs, if they were any OGs really out there. Like there's multiple different layers of people that still need to be held accountable. Like he shouldn't be held at the highest and the only person accountable. Like that's not fair.
Everybody wants an easy scapegoat.
Listen, stop acting like a bitch ass nigga and just fight, bro. Leave the pipes alone, fight. Oh, it's so fucked up now. It's like a 12-year-old just said, I'll pop you. So another 12-year-old. You like, bro, just fight him.
Why do you think that happens?
Because yeah, motherfucker think it's about being a shooter or a killer. Music played a part. But music won 100% why everybody doing this. It's your fucking mama and your fucking daddy. You get what I'm saying? It's your mama and your daddy, bro. It usually be your environment, but it's your mom and your fucking this about how you getting raised, blood. Like, raise your fucking kids right.
I don't think it's drill music at all, I promise you. If we was to take drill music away right now, and it be regular hip hop, it's still gonna be the same type of violence. Everybody.
I agree. Like we were just saying, there's multiple layers to why that shit that's fucked up. That shit was happening before drill music. Now, to say drill music didn't influence it and make it worse, can't really necessarily say that. Then they're gonna obviously, stand on the side of drill music doesn't affect this because they make drill music. So like it is their way out. So they are not gonna sit there and shit on it, and that's their hopefully for some people that's their way out and help to get other people out. But Chicago has had a murder issue for decades. Chicago is one of the most corrupt cities in America. Like that's facts. We know this. This is documented history. But like, it's just fucked up to see especially when little kids get involved, bro, and just the younger and younger they are, just raising the fucking guns and just shooting before they fight, or little kids getting shot in the crossfire that had nothing to do with the situation. Like that shit is just what makes that shit sad and what makes it worse. And that's what kind of just villainizes the people of the city is when kids start dying, that's when some people start to care. And then they start to blame all these other factors instead of blaming some of the institutions that led to these factors. These people, a lot of them, where's the good jobs? Where's the rec centers? Where's the basketball courts? Where's daycare, camp, something for them to do other than settle their beef somewhere else? Where's a boxing facility where there's it could be an older black dude, just be like, yo, come in here, put the gloves on, no guns in this building at all. None of that shit can come over here. No drugs, no nothing. You come in here, you fight, and you shake hands like men, you out. Shit like that. There's no community. Other than you're set in the people in your community rocking with each other, but there's no money. Without money, they can't do anything. They can't ever get out.
Everybody want to be a character now for the internet.
On social media, beefing, making threats, making crazy comments, going on live, it's waving the gun in the fucking camera. It's almost like a competition to see who can push it the furthest and get the most attention. Because, there is a fair amount of clout chasing, and, that is a toxic element.
In that way, do you think that drill is bad for society?
No, because the thing is the realities of what is being discussed in that music was there before the music was there. The music is just an expression of that. It's just a reaction to that. When you're talking about inner city gun violence, you're talking about poverty, you're talking about poor education systems, you're talking about low access to food.
At least he has the wherewithal to know that. For instance, if you take any major city and you look in the inner city where there's where they call it the true crime, the murders and the fucking robbing and the drugs and whatever. Look at what the conditions of those people. If you look at Detroit been fucked up. Now, they might not have Chicago numbers in deaths and murders, but you can't tell me that there's no crazy street violence out there. Philly, crazy street violence. Baton Rouge, crazy street violence. But if you look across these cities, there's something in common. Poverty. All across of it. So it's you can't get mad at these people for trying to tell their lives. Yeah, they could there's probably a better way to do it, but if people are just rapping what they know, people are rapping about what they see and what they feel, and sometimes that comes off as very toxic, and sometimes it comes off as it seems like it could be a danger to the community, but that's their stories. You want them to go be fucking Q-Tip and start talking some inspirational ass shit. You want them to start doing that shit. A lot of people ain't gonna do that shit. A lot of people don't know how to because they don't see that side.
You're talking about low economic opportunities. Those are the kinds of solutions that you would need to apply to that situation.
If you could go back in time, would you make war in Chiraq again?
I've grown. Was it appropriate? Probably wouldn't do that again. I wouldn't do it again just because I think we're dealing with mental illness in Chicago. And when you see people are kids, these people who are doing murders, like Ronald No. 9 was 17, doing drills and all that type of shit, it's easy to be outraged and also say, damn, how could you guys take a life so easily? But also you got to think about the cycle of mental issues that they're having, the trauma that they're suppressing.
After the success of the...
Like homie said at the beginning, they all got PTSD. Every person in the hood could speak on, especially a hood like that, could speak on some type of PTSD. Seeing somebody die, seeing somebody get their ass whipped by the police and then have a terrible reaction to how they treat, how the police and the people react to each other. Seeing people strung out on drugs, seeing them OD, like should be fucked up in the hood, and it's hard to like get that shit out of your fucking mind. The same way they like that saying of you can take a nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. That shit is real. That's not just a saying just to sound hard. That's real shit.
The War in Chiraq series, Academics' formula was replicated hundreds of times, creating...
And to this day, that formula is being replicated. If you watch like the people that do like the UK dude that be talking about the Brooklyn drill rappers. Well, it's not Brooklyn, but it's more, now it's because it's moved on to like the Bronx and other boroughs and shit. But like the dude that be doing the New York videos, and he be talking about like Shy K, OMBJD, Fabio, Pop Smoke, and then he don't even live over here, bro. He don't even live in this country, but he sees all this on the internet. He gets all this information from the internet, and he be doing the police work for him, and it's just like he's literally doing the same thing academics got in trouble for. Well, not in trouble for, but gets blamed for. But nobody's saying something to this nigga. So it's like, what is it? Like, what do we, like, if academics, what he did, arguably across hip-hop, people don't agree with it. But why are we allowing other people to do it and then act like it's not the same level of detriment to the community?
A concentrated YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, like, look, I'm pretty sure, like, the one with the Chef G and 2GGs, like, that's the deal I'm talking about. Hold on. Go back.
And they're suppressing.
After the success of the War in Chiraq series, Academics' formula was replicated hundreds of times, creating a...
I don't know if it was Trap or Ross, but, like, yeah, like this one. Like, this is recent.
Concentrated YouTube algorithm that turned gang drama into an online mega industry. One of the channels in the...
And then you go on to Vlad and you start snitching. Adam22 doing the same shit. Like, the Vlad formula.
This algorithm is called No Jumper, which is quite different from the War in Chiraq, but nonetheless features many interviews with gang-related rappers.
Do you even know about gang shit when you first moved to Florida? When did you actually become a 5'5" Crip? You are widely known to be associated with the Hoovers. Some of the dudes who got caught up for this murder are like actual rappers who have videos out with many, many thousands of views. Again, like you say, a lot of the stories are hypothetical, but in this one, you actually mentioned that a specific rapper from Chicago called a girl 6 times while you were hanging out with her.
And this was before, I remember this because this is when he was interviewing Vaughn. This was before Duck died, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to stand tall on. This was before Duck died. So, obviously, he didn't do anything to Duck prior to this. Like, when that song was made, Duck was alive. You feel me? So, it's like, and then Vaughn was like, oh, it rhymed. Like, I didn't do anything. Like, it rhymed. I was like, Adam trying to catch him off guard and try to, like, you know, do the shit that, like I said, Vlad be doing, trying to incriminate niggas. But, you know, Vaughn is smart. Vaughn was smarter than that.
Right. It just ran. You see what I'm saying? The shit just be going, man, you know.
So I went on the podcast and spoke to the host, Adam22, about the ethics of producing monetized gang content. Do you think drill music is bad for society?
Yeah, definitely.
How come?
Because people are in gangs killing each other and making songs about it and making it sound super cool. And even me as like a 38-year-old fucking white man, I listen to it and I think that it sounds kind of cool, and I struggle with that. But definitely I think it's probably, as much as I like listen to it, it's probably got to be a net negative for society, right? Just the romanticization of violence in general.
Do you think you help make it look cool?
I don't know. I feel like when they're on a beat with a fucking 808 going crazy and they're able to like rhyme and make less sense, that probably is like when it sounds coolest. Because they don't really talk about that in interviews, right? I mean, most of like all the Chicago like gang.
See, this like now this is where there's a difference between Ak and Adam. Adam, well, also Ak has been in the game for almost 10 years now. So Ak is also more, I guess, has seen more, has been around longer, grown a little bit more in the media space. Even though Adam is older than Ak, Adam hasn't been around as long as Ak in the, I guess, the front of the camera media, like mainstream media that he is now. Not saying Adam hasn't been around and Adam hasn't been part of hip hop, blah blah. I ain't saying that. I'm talking about when Ak started the war in Chiraq. Adam wasn't Adam 22. By the time Adam 22 became Adam 22, academics was already academics, and then Adam was like getting advice from academics, or like communicating with academics and talking to Vlad and being like, you know, getting pointers and stuff. So Adam is still kind of new in his media. Maybe 5 years, 10 years from now, like how we're looking at Ak now, he might change his tune and maybe like understand where he played a part, or maybe he feels like he romanticized a little too much that he wish he could bring it back just a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna just crucify Adam right now, but at the same time, it is kind of fucked up that he just doesn't understand what he could be doing that is detrimental to the community that he claims that he likes and loves.
Members or whatever, it's like the amount of like street shit you're going to be able to get them to talk about in an interview is pretty minimal in comparison to the stuff that they're essentially saying in their songs.
I hope he has a Vlad clip right after this.
Songs. It just must be crazy because like you talk to so many people who like have died recently. Like you're like the last person to interview FBG Cash.
Damn.
Right there. His name's on the wall.
Yeah. Do you feel any responsibility for like inflaming like gang beef by having so many gang members use this platform to promote themselves?
No, because I mean, I feel like this is a hip hop platform that long ago has kind of been clear to me that that's more or less the gist of what we're doing, you know? Like there was a long time where I didn't do any street shit, you know, in the beginning it was mostly like SoundCloud type stuff and more like avant-garde, you know, internet shit. We've gone more in that direction, and like a lot of like it's also the direction rap's gone in. It's tough to get away from the fact that the fans just want what they want. You know, as a content creator, you kind of have to follow the incentives to a certain extent. It's just been taken to the point where the fans like want this shit to be real. They don't want to hear you say, "I'll shoot you if you come near me." They want to hear you say, "So-and-so from the other side got killed because he fucked with me." Like the fans are really drawn to that kind of immersion, I guess.
Whenever you grew up here, did you guys spend a lot of time in other parts of Chicago? Like, did you ever go like downtown or to other areas, or were you mostly here?
I spent a lot of years inside this gate.
Have you been to like a Cubs game or anything? No. You guys want to?
A lot of them dudes can't even afford to go see a Cubs. Not saying they don't make no money out there, but the majority of people that wasn't selling no drugs, making no money on the block, robbing niggas, rapping, like, you wasn't going to no Cub game. A lot of them don't even wasn't even going downtown like that.
Want to go to the White Sox game with us?
Yeah, we go.
See, this is real as fuck. Taking them to a White Sox game, that's fire.
Let's go White Sox! Let's fucking White Sox! Go Sox! Yeah!
Fuck the Cubs, fuck the Orioles, fuck the Yankees, White Sox.
White Sox! 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 Go Cubs! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox!
They represent the South Side pride, that blue collar man.
Like the South Side's way better than the North Side.
Never wear condoms.
Okay, this is two different South Sides. And I did hear that is true. Like, I would say, I'm gonna call it uppity people, but like the richer and like the people with like, I guess, more money, or they feel like they're above certain things, they are Cub fans. The North Side, where the money is. And then the South Side, where there's, you know, obviously struggle, a lot of violence, White Sox. Think about this. Chance fucks with the White Sox. Herbo fucks with the White Sox. If you look at all the Chicago dudes that rap, they all none of them are Cub fans. I think Dirk did go to the Cubs game, but that's because Dirk is at the fucking top. Like, Other than that, them niggas was all like fucking with. I'm not saying they really fuck with baseball, but they was all White Sox fans because the White Sox is in the hood.
Unless you have to.
What's a situation in which you'd have to use a condom?
Every time.
Never.
I'm married, so I haven't actually used condoms in 15 years. Raw dog stands for Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow only.
Sorry. Boss Top, what do you think about condoms?
When I think about condoms, I got 6 kids right there.
Raw dog all day long. Jack Harlow is not my type.
What makes White Sox fans different from other fans?
Sometimes they wear white socks, but not on a regular basis.
Loyalty.
Why?
Why? Are you guys from Chicago?
No.
No? Exactly.
What do you think your most controversial opinion is?
Like, what do you mean about that?
For example, I believe that aliens have visited the United States of America.
Nice. So do I. I also believe that the earth is not round. I also believe that the government is hiding out of shit from us. I also believe that the government has taken over our country.
Like, you think the Earth is flat for real?
Huh?
You think the Earth is flat?
I mean, we have ideologies, right? We have ideas. So, like, who are we to judge?
White Sox hamburgers, Comiskey dog, right here. We got 2 patties, 2 scoops of cheddar cheese, and we put the pico and dagaya on top. Say it ain't so, Joe. Hamburger, 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 hamburger.
What's your biggest fear in the world?
Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog.
How do you feel about the rapper Yeet?
He's alright.
Can you name 5 songs?
Turban, mad about that, sorry about that. Money is so big, and what's it called? Shit.
What's your favorite thing about Yeet?
This is a stereotypical Yeet fan. Not trying to sound fucked up, but that's the Yeet fan. 100% another way.
It's the music.
What would you say if Yeet was here right now?
I don't know.
What would you say if you could be digitally connected with Yeet in some form? Come on, Yeet, answer the goddamn phone. God damn it.
Damn.
We love Yeet. We made it. We actually made it here, guys. Fucking drink.
Nah, they got Yeet on the phone now, but like the icing on the cake right there. That would have been a fire end of the video.
Yeah. We are like the epitome of sperm. We are sperm at its best.
You're a philosopher.
I consider myself a philosopher, yes. You guys want to hear my whole
Homie in the floor on the back is just dying laughing. With the whole cast on too.
philosophy?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. You guys watching this? This is my philosophy. You just saw it happen. I didn't know that guy. I could not associate with him of any particle of my own being, but I let him go through because he's a fellow human being, you know. So
this man is tossed. This man is gone. Okay.
His agenda, you got to consider that, and he wanted to go through. It wasn't like negatively imperative to me, so I let him through. That's what I think we should all do, you know?
Like, what is good with homie?
Make it better for everybody, if you can. Different team might be the same team in the long run. We don't know. Might be different teams right now. Could end up being on the same team, but you know, right now he's not on my team because I don't know who the hell he is. But we're both at the Sox game, so I guess we're not on the same team in that sense.
I need y'all for that documentary deal for sure. So
For sure.
I'm
definitely do it.
I'm really push out a tune.
That was a fucking banger. Like, that was entertaining from all 22 minutes and 22 seconds, bro. That shit was fire. Gotta shout out at Andrew for another fucking banger video, like always. But we are out of here because I don't have anything else to react to. So, hope y'all have a good day. Red Gaming TV out.